This is the work editing window. This window is used to create the work and expense items that appear on your estimates, invoices, and purchase orders. Now, the first thing that you should know about work items is that there are 4 different types of work items. The first type is an expense or flat rate item. The second type is hourly items with a rate and a time. The third type are discount items. And the fourth type are recurring items, which create billable work items for you automatically based on their schedules. These 4 base types are used to create as many customizable work types as you'd like. Each customized work type can have its own name, default rate, notes, and tax settings. When you select a type from the Type pop-up menu, the window will resize and show you the available fields. Some standard fields are used for all the work types, such as date, amount, and item mode. We're going to start by looking at a category of the first type, expense. Selecting an expense type will bring up the calculation settings. These calculation fields are the only custom settings for the expense type. Here you can enter unit price, quantity, and markup information for the item. If you have calculate total checked, the total will not be editable because it will be totaled from the unit price, quantity, and markup fields. As you can see, the amount field is grayed out because it is calculated based on the other values. Let's just enter a name. And save this item. Now let's create an hourly work item. Now, hourly items can be created several ways in Studiometry, including running timers and timesheets. But for the sake of this tutorial, we're going to just create an hourly item with a custom amount using this window. Let's select an hourly type from the Type pop-up. As we can see, when we select design work, the default rate for design work is automatically entered into the rate box. These default rates can be edited in your preferences window. Now, if we were to press OK now, Studiometry would save this hourly item as a running timer and begin timing. For this tutorial, we simply want to enter a rate and total hours and have Studiometry calculate the total. So we'll uncheck the Start Timer Now box and check the Ignore Save Time Interval box so that we can enter a custom total hours amount. Quick tip, Studiometry will save the last setting for the Start Timer Now checkbox. So if you generally enter hourly items without starting them as timers, Studiometry will remember. Now let's save this new hourly item and create a new discount item. Discount items are the same as expense items, where you can enter a flat amount. The only difference is that discounts are always negative and expenses are always positive. Let's select a discount type and enter a quick discount. As you can see, Studiometry automatically assigned the amount to negative. Let's save this, and then create a recurring item. Recurring items are used when you want to automatically add billable items to your project at specified intervals. In the real world, this could be used for monthly maintenance fees, yearly server fees, rentals, or anything similar. Studiometry handles recurring items by creating a recurring placeholder in your project's work tab. This is the item that will create your billable monthly items. We're going to create one of these placeholders now. Select Recurring from the Type pop-up. We can now see the recurring options below. If Active is unchecked, this placeholder will sit dormant in your project and not create any more items. The creation type is the work type that Studiometry will use when creating the billable items. Default is usually sufficient for this. You can then enter the amount for each recur. Say you charge $30 a month for maintenance fees.
Now the last option is charge on beginning date. If this is checked, Studiometry will create a recurred item on the entered beginning date. If this option is not checked, Studiometry will wait until 1 month after the beginning date to create the first item. Now don't forget that this recurring item is simply a placeholder to create billable items and is not itself billable. When we press OK to save the item, we can see it appear in the work list at the top and grayed out. This indicates that we have a recurring placeholder on this project that will be creating billable items. Going back to the work editing window, there's one other field I'd like to point out. The item mode field is used in Studiometry to separate your billable, non-billable, estimated, and purchase order items. Use this setting to filter your items when creating invoices, estimates, and reports. For example, only billable items can appear on invoices, while reports give you the ability to select item sets based on the item mode. If we create an estimated item, and save it, we can see it appears in the main window with a colored background to differentiate it from the billable items. Thank you for watching this work window tutorial, and check back soon for more Studiometry movies.